All right, so I wanted to do kind of a market recap, start off there, and then kind of tell you where I'm at. Let's move this to USD because that's what most people recognize. So the market continues to tank. Bitcoin's down at 6,300. Ethereum actually is lower than this. I gotta refresh the page. There we go. 297. We broke the 300 threshold. I thought maybe we may hold at 300. Looks like we're going to continue to go lower. This is a perfect opportunity if, like me, you believe in the future of Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I definitely do. So the lower this goes, long term, this is a good thing. I'm continuing to buy more. In fact, I'm going to show you my strategy for buying Bitcoin, Ethereum using Bitcoin in this video. But that's currently what I'm doing right now. I see this as a chance to buy. If like me, you missed out on $300 Ethereum, this is Ethereum coming back to you and saying, hey, here's your chance again to buy it. Again, that's if you believe in the future. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion, and I believe long-term in the price of Ethereum and Ethereum itself as a project, especially as they start to move towards a proof of stake coin ultimately. Bitcoin, $6,000 Bitcoin, 6,300, right on the door of Bitcoin, around the door of $6,000. So we will see where that continues to go over the coming days. It looks like 6,000 is held. We'll see if it continues to hold. Okay, well, so what am I doing right now in a down market? In a down market, people always want to know, what are you doing? Like, you know, what are you trading? What are you buying? Listen, I'm buying the same old, same old. I'm doing the same old, same old. So I tend to focus on passive strategies. Passive strategies meant to allow me to buy more of the mainstays, Bitcoin and Ethereum. All of my passive strategies are designed to ultimately allow me to buy more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, and just to hold on to it long term. That's my ultimate goal with all of my strategies. And at the same time, giving me some diversity into other coins and projects at the same time. So the first thing that I'm still doing, by the way, is Crypto Tab. If you follow my channel, you know that I use Crypto Tab browser, crypto browser. It is phenomenal. It is free. If you're new to cryptocurrency, you should be using it. It doesn't cost you practically anything to have this up and running. And it's a phenomenal browser, works really, really well, and that's what I'm using right now making this video. I also use Mozilla as well, but I really like the Crypto Tab browser a lot. And I have it open and running even if I'm not actually working inside of it all the time. I just did a withdrawal from here for 100,000 Satoshi. Just in case you're curious, I have all time pulled out $31 of total 100% passive earning. It's not cost me anything. That's $31 at current Bitcoin pricing. So even in this low market, that's currently what I've been able to pull out of here passively just for using the internet. Everyone should be using crypto browser. There's no reason not to be using crypto browser. A lot of cryptocurrency enthusiasts are using crypto browser. Even, you know, people who have made a ton of money in the markets. They just like the idea that it's passive. They want to support passive type projects. That's why they're using it. Now, Moon Bitcoin, I just did a referral from here, a claim here. I use this just because it's free. If you're looking at cryptocurrency and you haven't ever purchased your first Bitcoin yet, then you should at the very least be earning free Bitcoin through a faucet like Moon Bitcoin. I'll put links below in the description. You should be using crypto browser. I'll put links below in the description. There's absolutely no reason not to do it. I do have some bad news to give you on my 1% daily loyalty. So Moon Bitcoin gives you every single day that you make a claim, and I usually try to make 2 claims a day just to make certain that I stay within so I make certain I get credit for my daily claim. And the whole goal is they'll give you 1% bonus every single day up to 100%. And so I'm going to start rebuilding back now. I actually, over my vacation last week, I missed a claim and it stinks, but I lost that bonus. So I'm going to start rebuilding that bonus starting yesterday. But I'm going to be rebuilding that, making 2 claims a day every single day to get that back up to 100%. I kind of see it as a bit of a game. I am using these Bitcoins and these Bitcoins to advertise Crypto Tab. I'm continuing to do that. Stay tuned if you want to find out where I'm advertising and what I'm doing. Now, my major projects outside of holding Bitcoin and Ethereum, P3D. In fact, let's see if we can. Let's see. There we go. I am still holding and buying proof of weekends, P3D tokens. Now, here's what's fascinating. I held off last week buying more because I was kind of curious in a down Ethereum market. I've been wondering this, what would happen to the price? Check it out. Go to the 1-day chart so you can kind of see. Absolutely nothing. It held pretty solid. I mean, from last week to this week, I think we're down 1,000. from one week to the next. Let's go to, heck, let's just go to the weekly chart. You can see. Starting going up this week, but last week at the high we're at 47.3. At the low, sorry, last week the high, there we go, was 51. 51, the low 47. So about 4,000 Ethereum in the contract is all we, oh, well, hold on, sorry, that was from 2 weeks ago. This past week, there we go. This, last week we saw about 4,000 move. We haven't seen a whole lot move at all this week. Last week, 4,000 Ethereum left the contract ultimately. Let me see. Yep, 4,000 or so Ethereum left the contract. 48, 49, 50, 51. Yeah, just over 4,000 Ethereum, 4,500 Ethereum left the contract in a down Ethereum market. So I was kind of curious what would happen, so I didn't buy any last week. It looks like it's been relatively stable with everything going on. I mean, I don't think that's all that bad at all. People weren't dumping just because of the market, which is awesome. That's good to know. And so I'm going to be resume buying today. I've got 2 Ethereum worth of P3D I'm going to buy today. I'm probably going to buy some more later in the week. And I'm just slowly building a position of P3D tokens. These tokens are earning incredible rewards right now. If you do the math, all-time tokens is producing 0.49% a day, all time since inception. I don't know what's going to do in the future, but right now it's 0.49%. The past few days have not been a lot because there's not been a lot of movement in the token price. But I'm like, if you come down here to 1 day, that's 1 hour, 1 day, there's not a lot of movement in the token price. And when it does this, you don't see a lot of rewards, like, you know, 0.1% or less is what you're seeing, 0.2 on some days. And that's just because there's not a lot of movement in the price. However, all of this and this back here, when it was, you know, at 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, all of this movement is where that number comes from. So, and there's, and right now, the future is bright for Proof of Weak Hands 3D. The developers have several projects on the horizon, several projects that are going to be coming up. ETHORSE, which is a third-party application, just started using the Proof of Weak Hands API. So they're going to be benefiting from the community, the platform, and the project as well. That just bodes well for the future of Proof of Weak Hands. So I'm continuing to build position. I want to grow my position substantial in Proof of Weak Hands 3D. So I'm buying Ethereum right now. And by the way, just my strategy for buying Ethereum, I'm going to cover this with you, and then I'm going to show you something else that I'm looking forward to in the future to diversify. So my strategy for buying, I use Bitcoin to buy Ethereum right now, and the main reason is because the price, if you do this, this is in relation to Bitcoin, not USD. So Ethereum is down 7.85% per Bitcoin from where it was at 24 hours ago. That means you're able to buy 7.85% more Ethereum now than you could have 24 hours ago. So what I do is I actually have an order placed on Coinbase Pro for 0.045 Bitcoin, meaning right now the price is 0.04698684 Bitcoin per Ethereum. So when it drops down where it's closer to about 10% spread, I've got a buy order. I'm buying more Ethereum. And that's what I keep doing. I keep putting in limit orders below the current market priced in Bitcoin. The whole reason I'm doing it is because I'm just looking to use my Bitcoin to buy a little extra Ethereum along the way. That's my whole goal, my whole motive. And that's what I've been doing. As this market's been dropping, I've been using some of my Bitcoin to buy more Ethereum. And that's just a great way to get more bang for your buck, so to speak, or more bang for your Bitcoin, so to speak. Now, diversification. I am looking to diversify a little bit away from Bitcoin and Ethereum, although you can never fully get away from them because they basically rule the market. But I'm looking to diversify in other projects and other passive income projects. And what I'm looking at is master nodes. This is by ROI. As you can see, you can earn some sweet returns on master nodes. However, most of these projects are total scams. So you've got to do your research. You're looking for projects that look like they might have a real future. There might be some real development going on of some sort. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I've been following some of these projects for a while. So Smart Cash is one that I'm somewhat interested in. This is a 30% annual return as of right now if you own a master node. There's another one I don't see right here. Let's see. Let me see. Here's one that has a juicy return. I've been watching for a while. Bulwark, 98% annual return. So I'm just basically looking at, if you don't know what master nodes are, if you want more info about master nodes, just put it down in the comments. Also, if you currently have a master node, or if you're staking a coin, staking coins is another thing that I've done in the past, and I'm looking at doing some more of in the future. If you're currently staking coins, or you're currently using master nodes, you're running a master node, I would love to hear how it's going for you. What are you staking, or what are you using? Just here's my only suggestion. I am not going to use your affiliate link, and hopefully none of my readers, watchers will either, because a lot of times these affiliate links with master nodes, there's a lot of scam projects out there. So if you have a real project with real development outside of the sole purpose is just to try to make people more money by putting up a master node that eventually ends up being a pump and dump, I'm not looking for anything like that. I'm just looking for real projects that can get anywhere from 25 to 25% and up, basically, is what I'm looking at. And I'm okay if it's a early stage project. I'm okay if it's a little high risk. But if you have anything down below, put it in the comments below. Also, if you happen to follow any YouTubers, or if there's any blogs that you read, in particular, I would love to know, who's your favorite YouTubers when it comes to master nodes. Please put links down below. I would love to be able to find out, who you're following. Share any resources that you have. I would be greatly appreciated. In the meantime, my basic strategy is I'm continuing with Crypto Browser and Moon Bitcoin. There'll be links below. I'm continuing to use Bitcoin right now to buy Ethereum. I'm using that Ethereum to buy more P3D tokens. And I'm slowly each week building my position in P3D. And my long-term goal is to continue with Crypto Tab, Moon Bitcoin, continue stacking P3D. I'm currently ranked over in the 300s of all P3D holder, I'm above the top 400. And I'm going to continue to grow that because I want a sizable position in P3D long term. And then I'm looking to purchase 1 or 2 masternode coins, and I don't know what they're going to be, but that's going to be down the road as I continue to grow this position. One thing I learned is that you can definitely, diversification is always good, but you can over diversify. You need to, personally, I want to diversify to the point, and by the way, this is not financial advice. This is just how I operate personally, and I'm not a financial advisor. But I personally like to diversify. I just don't want to over diversify. I want to make certain if I'm managing, watching a project, a cryptocurrency, if I'm paying attention to what's going on, that I'm not having to do that for, just $5 or $10. I want to have a sizable position, tens of thousands of dollars ultimately in a position if I'm going to be following it. At the very least thousands, but I don't want to follow 100 positions. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to follow 100 discords. So I do believe there's such thing as over diversification. So I'm not trying to over diversify. And right now my focus is continuing to build my P3D holdings. I want to grow that substantially more, especially because I think the future for this project is extremely bright. And I believe that we're going to see another pop. We may see another, run up. We may see this coin end up with 100,000 Ethereum in the contract potentially. That's just what I'm thinking in the future, and probably a lot more. I believe what this project has in store is extremely revolutionary, and they're actually moving. I mean, there's a lot of projects, if you read about them, if you come to these masternode coins, there's a lot of them. If you read the white papers, they sound incredible. However, if you look at how much development how much progress they've actually made, are they moving in that direction? Very few of them have actually made any real progress. But Proof of Weak Hands 3D, they're making massive progress, massive strides. It seems like there's, announcement coming out, 1 or 2 major announcements coming out every other week almost. Also, this is important to note. Why is the market going down? You know what? I'm going to put this in another video. The developers are so incredible. They're so incredible. They discuss why one of the developers put out, kind of doing some research on why he thought Bitcoin price was dropping. And he put out an incredible announcement. They're really protective. As a buddy of mine said, who's in the P3D community, he said the community is just really good at kind of protecting itself, protecting each other. It's a bit of a, it's a bit of a brotherhood there, or sisterhood there. We're all watching this token. We believe in this token. We believe in what it represents. Sure, you got people in there that are trying to trade in and out, trying to make a quick buck. But overall, it's just one of the most positive communities that I'm aware of in the crypto space. And the developers are the reason for that. I mean, these are leaders among leaders who really understand developing, they understand future technologies, and they're really doing something that is truly extraordinary. It's not a money grab. They're literally doing something that is going to change the future of cryptocurrency and smart contracts. I have no doubt about it. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up icon, hit that bell notification if you don't mind. Hope you're having a phenomenal day.